Hello everyone, welcome back to Unleashed. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 25 window commands that every senior network and the systems engineer must know in this year 2026. So we will try to explain every command. Let us start. We're going to use CMD or command prompt. Let's run it as an administrator. So now we are going to start with first command, which is ipconfig. So what this command help us is it to, for example, we wanted to check the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. You see, IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. So why this matter? Always when you are going to troubleshoot networking issue on the server or machine, you will start always here. So the second command is loud. So let's use loud. You see loud, but we need to add something like this. Loud print. Let's print the load. You see, network destination, network mask, gateway, and the interface. So here, what this do is to manage the window routing table, how traffic moves. So this command it helps us to view or to show us the loads. So we can also add a load in a server. For example, you have a server with two different Ethernet ports, and you are going to connect that server on two different networks. So you will not add on every Ethernet port the default gateway. It will cause the conflict, which will cause to drop the data. So one interface will have one network with one interface will have a default. We have gateway, but you want to have two different gateway. You use the command. You can use this loud. Add, for example, destination network. Let's use 192.168.1.0. This is a destination network. So then mask. Let's use 255.255.255.0. Then gateway. Our gateway is 192.168.0.1, for example. So now it's okay. Let's do loud print and see. You must have this destination network. You see? Now you see that. So it's like a next hop this. So now the next command that you're going to see is to let's use netstart. This netstart, what it helps us is to show network connection and the listening ports. So we are going to use netstart minus or hyphen a no. So this is for this A is for all connections N is for numeric IPs, and this O, it is for process ID or PID. Let's press enter. Now you see, guys, you see the port that we are listening. So for example, you can use this command when you wanted to see if you are listening port 443. So the next command you're going to use is let's use task list. For task list, this shows or lists the learning process. You see, these are learning process. So now let's try to find something like task list. Let's use tabulation. Find a string. Let's use, for example, 24. This one. You see? The PID. So now, why this matters? This is used to identify which application on that port. So the next one, we are going to use the ping. For example, let's ping the gateway. Ping 192.168.0.1. You see? Now it is reachable. This is for testing the reachability and the latency. So even the timeout. This is for troubleshooting network problem. So let's use another command, troubleshoot. This troubleshoot is for showing the path packet take to reach the destination. So let's use, for example, let's troubleshoot Google 8.8.8.8, and let's see the result. So it is for tracking where the traffic is stopped. Now you see, it shows the path where the traffic go through in order to reach the server, or when the packets drop, or it's for troubleshooting where the issue is, where the packets are not passing. For example, if the firewall is blocking the packet, you will know if the firewall is blocking. So it's like identifying where the traffic stops. Now you see the traffic complete. It takes this route, pass through here, gateway, this network gateway of my network, this one, then DNS Google. So now we are going to use the next command, RP, address resolution protocol. So this map IP address to MAC address. So let's use RP-A. Now you see. So why this matter? It's for detecting IP conflict and known devices on a network. So you see, physical address, or it's like MAC address. It is mapping IP address with MAC address. So now what you're going to do, you're going to deal with DNS. So let's use the command to test the DNS resolution. For example, let's use NS lookup. This command test DNS resolution. For example, google.com. You see? You see Google address. So now if it's a fail, it can be DNS misconfigurations or firewall issue. So the next command is you're going to see how you can configure the network using command. For example, for setting static. So in CMD, you can use netshi interface. For example, IPv4. Then set address name, for example, for interface. Let's use Ethernet, for example. Let's use Ethernet. Then it is a static. So you are setting IP static. Let's use 192.168.0, for example, .10. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then here you are going to need gateway. So 192.168.0.1, for example. Now it's okay, right? To use if config and see. This for Linux IP config. But you see, for Ethernet adapter, it is not connected. You see media disconnected. So, but if there is a media in network interface ports, it will work. So now I'm also going to show you how to set DNS statically using command. So it's a netshi interface IP version 4, set DNS name, it is Ethernet. You must learn this command prompt as network, as an administrator, not a normal user. So you can set static of Google, for example, 0.0.0, no 8.8.8. It's an example. Now you see for Ethernet, no issue. So now if you wanted to map, let's say for example you want to map drives on different machine, you can use the net use. For example, you have a Z on remote machine or even in your PC. So then you can use this. No? Let's see what the issue. It is the issue, this one. Then for example 192.168.0.20, for example, on a remote machine. Then /share. This can work, but network name cannot be found, for example. this have to be, for example, a folder. So if you want to view the computer in your local network, you can use network view. But I think it's not going to work because the only one. So the next command is let's see how we can check the name of a host. So the name of a host, the list of server for this workgroup is not currently available. So when you see you want to know the name of your computer or to display the name of computer, use the host name. This is the name of computer. So you want to see the user, the logged users. You can use who. And use who am I. You see, user. But you can also check the privilege. Who am I? /rev. You see? Bypass traverse tracking. So now you want to check the system information. So use the system info. For example, you see it's a loading network. So these are system information that we have: network cards, Intel, Wi-Fi 6, virtualization based security status running. There are so many. It's for checking the system info. So you want to check, for example, this killer. You can use ch check disk. For example, it shows a C. You see, cannot run because the volume is in a use. That's an issue. But let's don't continue. So you wanted to scan, for example, to repair system. You want to shut down. Those are the things that you can see. So you wanted to do search, for example, the output. Let's do something that's like searching port. Let's start. For example, when I say no, let's use find the string, find the str. Let's use, for example, port 80. You see? Can even use 443. You see? These are a listening port. So as a senior engineer, if you can't troubleshoot with the CMD and PowerShell, you are not yet a senior. So you have to know command prompt and the PowerShell. Guys, those are basic commands for senior systems and network engineers. If you are more interested, do subscribe. The next video will show you how to really know if the packets are leaching on your server, how to show logs, other things, how to troubleshoot the VPN client. There are so many things that I will show you. You see, I'm using a VPN client of FortiGate. It's a 40 client. Guys, do subscribe for Unleashed, and you can also ask what you want to know here. I will show you many things about network systems. I also show you the Linux, Ubuntu, many things about cybersecurity and network security. Have a different firewalls that will teach you: Cisco ASA, Firepower, FortiGate, and so forth. Guys, do subscribe.